Yo, my mullet sharp here, bringing you guys another video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of Road to Pro. I haven't done one of these in a while, and guys keep coming to my stream asking for it. So, figured we'd continue, and I don't know why I haven't MSMC out. I gotta snipe. You know, we gotta bring out the snip snap, but if they can actually kill me. Anyway, where we left off was, you know, I joined Fear, and we played through the PCL, and it was to the point in PCL 2 where Assassin got caught account recovering. So basically, we had gotten caught account recovering. Assassin's friend had to play for him, and his friend. So his friend lived in Florida, and he was on Assassin's account playing. And they brought in a ref in, and they're like, "Oh, well, Assassin lives in New York. Why is his IP in Florida?" So we actually had to make up this big elaborate story that that Rob was on a cruise, and that he was down there in Florida. You know, his cruise had made a stop there, and he was visiting his friend, so he had to play at his friend's house. And they're like, "All right, we'll only believe this if he takes a picture proving that he was at his friend's house." All right, I gotta switch class. So they said, "We'll only believe this if he takes a picture with his friend holding up a piece of paper saying, 'I'm Fear Assassin,' and I believe the guy's name was L2K Prodigy." And he's like, "You have to hold up a sign saying you're Prodigy and all that shit." So Assassin at the time was still on his cruise, so we actually had to play with this Prodigy guy. But Assassin, funny enough, was going to be in Florida, like, and was going to be able to go to his house and take the picture. That's where his cruise docked. And so when he got off his cruise, he went over to his friend's house and hung out with him for the day. Took a picture saying, "I'm Fear Assassin, I'm L2K Prodigy." No. So sent the picture to GB, to the refs, and Assassin actually ended up getting unbanned off of GB. So that could have been like, I think if you account recorded back then, it was a year ban. So Assassin probably just would have been the end for him. Like, I think if he would have got banned for a year, he would have gone off and just done, he would have did something else. Maybe would not have even played Black Ops 1, if you guys remember, like, the Black Ops 1 Assassin on the Team Fear squad. So, like, that's crazy that all that happened, and he was able to do that. And that was actually one of the main reasons why we used him, because we had that cover-up story that, what was I going to say? That we were going to use Gumper, but we're like, well, you know, if we get caught, like, what are we going to do? We're not going to be able to do anything. So we're like, we have to use this Prodigy guy. If we get caught, like, well, we should be good, because Assassin's going to be there, and we'll be able to show that. So that all happened. After that, Modi pretty much, I want to say, I don't know if he got dropped or if he let. I just got fucking ballistic knifed. I don't remember if Modi got dropped or if he left. I think it was just kind of like a mutual thing. I think Modi wanted to go. I forget who Modi went and teamed with. I forget. I think he went and played with like Titan. There was a guy named Titan, a guy named Demon, and he went to go play with them. I don't know. So anyway, Modi was off the team, and we ended up picking up Proofy from Envious. So Proofy left Envy, who had just won the PCL. So they won PCL 2, and Proofy left their team and came to team with us. And it was pretty much just like a friendship thing, you know. As you guys have heard in the other stories, like, me and Proofy, you know, pretty much came up together. We were on the come up together, and when we needed one, Proofy, I guess he just decided, like, he wanted to play with us. He probably had more fun playing with us, and I guess he just thought we were the better team. And we were actually that team or the team with Modi was probably like one of the more dominant teams, like at least in online Call of Duty. Like, we were. Especially that team with Proofy, like, we were really, really good with that team. We hardly ever lost in the online ladder. We won a lot of online tournaments, and we were like a really dominant team. And I think at the time, I forget who was on Envy. Like, when all this happened, we picked up Proofy for like after PCL 2, but we only teamed with Proofy for a little bit. So me and Proofy were on this team, and the problem that we were facing right now was when Battlefield 1947 or whatever, I forget what year it was that was in the game, but that game came out and we all downloaded it, and you know, we played it here and there. But Moho was dating this girl, Fear Baby. I don't know if you guys remember her, Angelique, whatever. And he was dating her, and like, he was always, you know, playing Battlefield with her, bullshitting around with her. And you know, me and Proofy at the time were like really, really young, so you know, we were 15, and all we wanted to do was, I believe it was summertime, so all we wanted to do was play fucking Call of Duty. We didn't give a fuck. We're like, yo, let's scrim, let's do this. So, like, we're trying to go to Nets, and we're trying to win PCL 3, and we were just trying to scrim all the time. And it got to the point where like we just weren't we weren't playing as much as me and Proofy wanted to play. Moho usually like would I guess he'd be playing the Battlefield game, or he'd be doing, I don't know what the fuck Moho would be doing, hanging out at Cracker Barrels or some shit. Which like right now I guess it wouldn't have seemed that bad. But like I said, back then we were young and we wanted to play all the fucking time, like literally every day, like 7 hours a day. And we got so we brought Assassin into a call and we're like, yo, Rob. He's like, what up, yeah? And we're like, yo, me and Proofy want to drop Moho. And he's like, what? And we're like, yeah, we want to pick up someone else besides Moho. And he's like, you guys fucking serious, y'all? Like, come on. Like he was just kind of just depressed about it because, like I said, our team was like we were a good team, but we had just lost a couple tournaments to Envy, and that's kind of like where we wanted to practice and be the best. And we had just lost a couple tournaments to Envy, and Rob was like telling us to wait. He wanted to wait until the end of PCL. He's like see how like this last ladder turns out. If we do good, it's whatever. Like, if we do bad, then we'll talk about maybe making a change. And me and Proofy are like, nah, fuck this shit. Either we're dropping Moho right now, or me and Proofy are gonna leave and we're gonna make our own team. And so me and Proofy left. Assassin wouldn't drop Moho. Me and Proofy left, and we actually got back together with Modi and Gumper, and we tried making that VXD team again, and it just wasn't the same. Like that team wasn't the same. We couldn't, we didn't. I don't know if we didn't have the same chemistry or if we just didn't, I don't know. Whatever. The team didn't work, and so like the first week we would scrim people, and like there was times when we would shit on people. There were times where we would just absolutely get shit on. And I think that was the problem. Like, we just weren't used to getting shit on. And so, me and Proof actually tried to go back to Fear. Fear had picked up Pac-Man and Punisher. And me and Proof tried to go back to Fear and, like, talk to Moho and Assassin. Like, yo, like, pick us back up. We made a mistake. This is, fucked up. We're young, whatever. Like, let's just, drop the beef and let's start teaming again. And we talked to Mo, and Mo's like, I'm so cool with you guys, like, but, I rely a lot on loyalty, nah. It was kind of fucked up what you guys tried to do, and we're like, all right, whatever. So we pretty much decided, like, this isn't going to work. And Moho later on, like, me and Moho would always talk about this story. He's like, dude, it sounded like you and Proofy were, like, crying. He's like, you guys sound like you're in the lobby, crying because we weren't going to let you guys back on the team. And, so that ended up, like I said, me and Moho teamed after that, so we would just laugh about it. But me and Proofy went back, and we're like, oh, fuck, whatever. We're not gonna be able to team, whatever. Roster lock is like tomorrow night, and so on the night of roster lock, I remember it so well because I had school. I was starting school, like so we teamed with that Fear team all through summer, and all this shit happened like during summer. And I remember the roster lock was happening like the night before my first day of school. I forget what grade I was going into. It was probably sophomore. I was probably going into my sophomore year. That had to be it because I won the national championship when I was a sophomore. So I was going into my sophomore year, and it was literally like that night, and every night before school, the last night I would go school shopping. I wouldn't go school shopping like a week before, all this shit. I would go like the night before, pick up folders, pick up notebooks, whatever. And I was at the grocery store getting fucking school supplies. I was at Kroger. And I get Modi calling me, yo. He's like, Proofy left our team. He joined, I forget. It was like with like camos, chopped image, and it was with camos, chopped image, and hologram. And I'm sitting there like, fuck, this guy left our team, shit. And so Modi was like, all right. He's like, well, let's get this team together. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, it's me, you. It's gonna be me, you, Savage, and a guy named Carnage. So Savage was like an old school, Call of Duty 4 Pro. He used to go by the name Babo. And so I really liked teaming with that dude. He was a cool dude. So it was me, Modi, Savage, and Carnage, and we played through the PCL ladder, and it was whatever. Like, we were all right. We played through the playoffs, and then towards the end of the playoffs, like I think we were like top 16 or something in playoffs, and Modi was like, Savage went off to fucking college. Or no, all right, this is what happened first. Modi said that he got an offer to join Envy because one of their players, I think 4Play, like he either couldn't go to Nets or he wanted like someone else to go in front in place of him. I don't know what the reason was, but Modi got an offer to join Envy, and he was like, "Nah, man." Or no. He left. He's like, "Yo, this is a better option. You know, this team is a lot better." He's like, "I'm sorry, Sharp, whatever." And I was like, "All right, fuck." So we didn't get to even finish the playoffs. Savage went off to college and didn't even bring his Xbox because he's like, "Well, fuck this." Modi left. I'm just leaving. Fuck it. I'm going off to college. I'm not even gonna focus on this shit. That was pretty much the end of him. He quit, and so we just had to forfeit our PCL match, and we ended up, and that was pretty much it. That was the end of the PCLs. I guess that's like probably the best place to end this off because next is how I ended up teaming with Rambo and Big Timer and Dodgers, and how I ended up getting on that squad. So I will continue that next time. I promise not to have such a long break in between stories. I know you guys are going to want to hear. This is one of the more stories that people ask me to tell is how I started teaming with them. It's not really anything exciting. No spoiler alerts. It's fucking exciting. I'm kidding. But be sure to give the video a like if you guys liked it and subscribe if you're not subscribed. As always, I'm your boy Sharp. I'm out. Peace.